Good morning, students. I hope you people are well. Today we will start the new chapter, that is body fluid and circulation. In this chapter, we will basically learn about the vascular system of human beings. As in plants, phloem and xylem is responsible in the same manner. In human beings, arteries and veins are responsible. Heart is responsible for the transportation purpose. And the process is carried out from higher concentration to lower concentration in animals such as protozoa, sponge, coelenterate, and by the diffusion process. The transport or circulatory system may be divided into three types: water circulatory system, blood circulatory system, and lymph circulatory system. These are the three types of circulatory system which are present in our body. Then function of circulatory system: it helps in the transport of nutrients, then helps in the transport of waste products. Digested foodstuffs are absorbed in the circulatory fluid from the site of absorption and transported to the different parts where they may be stored or oxidized to produce energy. Then transport of waste product: this is going to be done by the elimination of the body through the circulatory fluid. Then transport of respiratory system: gaseous exchange is going to take place. Oxygen is carried from the respiratory system, and the phenomena is so on. Transport of metabolic intermediates: in this, so many intermediates are going to be formed in between, and that will be responsible for the transportation purpose. Then transport of hormones: this is generally going to show the circulatory system from one part to another, and it will go to the targeted organ. Then maintenance of pH: throughout the body it will maintain the homeostasis condition, that is from top to bottom the condition will be same. Then regulation of body temperature: the body temperature is going to be regulated throughout the body because of that. Then protection from disease: various diseases are going to be occur in our body, by that also they can protect. Turgidity: it will maintain the shape of the cell. Maintenance of homeostasis: different parts of the body are involved for that process, and they will maintain the homeostasis process. Types of circulation: two types of circulation is the intracellular and extracellular. Intracellular, that will be carried out in local organisms within the body by the streaming movement or cyclosis, as the water will move as per that will also move. Then intracellular circulation: within the body, that is water circulation will be carried out. Then intra organismal circulation is carried out. Then parenchymal circulation, that is platyhelminthes, no body cavity in the platform. The space between the body walls are going to be done. Body cavity circulation: inside that coelom is there, and that coelom will be responsible for the digestion purpose. Digestion or the hanging of that particular things are present. Then when we talk about the water vascular system, in this the substances are conducted with the help of water. Then blood vascular system, that is generally present in lower organisms such as annelida, angiodermata, etc. It is again of two types: open circulatory system and closed circulatory system. Open circulatory system generally present in the aquatic organism, while closed circulatory system we people are having. Lymphatic vascular system: lymph glands are present that will be responsible for the lymphatic vascular system. Open circulatory system, it will be open, and parts of the organ will be there. Pila, unio, that will be there in the mollusca. Then hemolymph will be there, that is the colorless blood will be present. Sufficient high blood pressure is maintained. Closed circulatory system, in this the earthworm and all vertebrates are included. As you can see the figure, the first one is the open circulatory system. From the heart, that all things are going to be entered in the various parts of the body. From body cavity it will be not pass further, it will be excreted out. While in closed circulatory system, there will be intake as well as the circulation of proper blood will be there. William Harvey was the first who had discovered about the arteries, and he told that finally the arteriole capillaries will be there for the venule or the other thing. Then open circulatory system and closed circulatory system. As you can see, in open circulatory system, heart will be there, aorta will be there, and so on that process. But in closed circulatory system, heart will be there. From heart, arteries and capillaries inside the tissue, and so on. That process will be done. Differences between open and closed circulatory system. In open circulatory system, it is founded only in invertebrates animal, while in closed it will be in vertebrates almost all the vertebrates animals will be included. Then the amount of blood flowing in an organ can't be regulated. It is less efficient, it is more efficient, and so on. That process will be done. Okay, children, for today I'm ending the class. Thank you. If any doubt is there, then you can ask. Oh, sorry, we will continue further. Circulatory system, vertebrates. You can see, children, the blood and lymph is there. In this blood and lymph, what happens? The colorful part is called as the blood, and the lymph is the colorless part. In that blood, red blood cells, WBCs, they all will be included. Blood vessels are included. While in this, lymph and lymph vessels are included. That is, they will be your lymph node and so on. Blood vascular system. In this, there is a structure of pump action by the particular circulatory system. And here, children, as we people are knowing, the heart is divided into 4 chambers, and each chamber will be responsible for the circulation of the blood. The two main chambers are auricle and ventricle. Auricle consists of deoxygenated blood, while ventricle consists of oxygenated blood. Auricle may vary at different animals, while oxygenated blood may vary with different organisms. Types of heart: myogenic heart, neurogenic heart. The heart in which heartbeat is initiated by a patch of modified heart muscles is called myogenic heart. It consists of a special type of chemical known as acetylcholine, which will be responsible for the heartbeat. While neurogenic heart, this is generally initiated by the nerve impulse and known as your nerve ganglion, and it is also known as your neurogenic heart. Acetylcholine increases the heartbeat. Let us see the fish heart. Fish heart is generally consists of one auricle and one ventricle. As you can see the figure, this is the fish heart, one auricle and one ventricle. Only two chamber system is there, and by the help of that they are circulating the complete blood. Then amphibian heart. Amphibian is of two auricle and one ventricle. In this three chamber heart is there except crocodile. Crocodile is having 4 chamber heart. Rest all are having 3 chambered heart. That is, accessory chambers are there: sinus, venous, and trochanterus. Then deoxygenated blood forms the lungs, is carried out to the left auricle by the pulmonary veins, and so on. That process will be carried out. Amphibian oxygenated, deoxygenated blood get mixed. Reptile amphibians, in these two auricle and two ventricle will be there, and here you can take the example. All the reptiles, crocodiles, they will have somehow 2 chambers, making heart 4 chambers. Okay, and there will be perfect separation for oxygenated and deoxygenated blood. Then avian mammalian heart, that we people are included in avian mammalian heart. We people are having well developed heart system, well developed circulatory system, and 2 auricles and 2 ventricles will be there. Each will be associated with oxygenated and deoxygenated. Right auricle receives deoxygenated blood, while left auricle receives oxygenated blood. Thus, there is a perfect separation of oxygenated and deoxygenated blood. And it is also called as your double circulatory system. As you can see the children, figure 18.7, this is the upper chamber, left auricle, right auricle, lower chamber, left ventricle, right ventricle, and you can see the B part there, how the lungs and that particular body tissues are correlated with the heart. The pulmonary veins are responsible, they will carry the pure blood from the heart to the lungs to the heart, and the pulmonary veins will be responsible that they will carry the impure blood from heart to the lungs. Okay, children, I hope everybody had understood. Thank you. Have a good day.